Let's learn how to collaborate and share our file with our teammates or other interested parties. If I just want them to leave comments, I can do a share for review. It'll create a link, and anyone with this link can then comment. This allows them to comment on the design, but not edit anything. Here is that review page, and they can add comments, they can pin content. We'll do a great logo. And with that added, I can come back over here, and that shows up in my review tab, okay? And if I click on it, I see exactly where that pin is, and I can delete it, mark it as unread, or resolve it. Our next method is share for text editing. This is in the same place as our share for review. It's just this top link. And I actually already clicked that, and I sent an invitation to my other email address. And when I did that, it saved as an INDDL. It's basically an online document. And here's what that looks like with the in copy on the web. I can make changes to my content, and I can't change any images. The only thing I can change is unlocked text. This is a good way to allow your editors to work without them moving your design around. If we go back to InDesign, you can see that's updated. And up here, I have both of my personas who are working. You would see that little tag with your coworkers. Next, I can take this InDesign document right into Adobe Express. Let's hop over there and see how that happens. Inside of Adobe Express, I'm just going to click that plus document, and I'm going to upload media. I can upload InDesign files, PDF files, Photoshop files, anything in here. There's that document we just finished, and I'm going to click Open. It does take a little bit to convert this, but as you'll see in a minute, all of this content is going to be directly editable within Express. Once it's editable, then you can share it with your team members to edit your content. This is also a great way to get a head start on your presentation. You know, there might be some elements that you want to use design-wise in your presentation. This is a great way to make that happen. Okay, here's our InDesign file right inside of Express. And I can change anything. Okay, how cool is that? Now, this does take a while to convert. My suggestion, if you do this, is maybe don't do the whole plans book. Maybe use this as just a way to bring your templates inside. Now, you may have some things that need to move, and it looks like a couple of these came in a little strangely, and we're going to need to edit those. We're going to delete that one. Because we added all of this content to our libraries, I have all of this. Let's just add that in there. Same thing with this down here. We'll re-add that blue. Again, going back to my libraries, and you can see bringing that in will fix that problem. Now it looks like our stickers brought in a background here. I can also, again, bring those back in from my libraries. All of my text is editable. I can tweak a lot of these things. And here is where I share, and I can share for people to edit, for people to comment. I can add folks. They can come directly in here and edit everything. This is a great way. Moving to Express is a good way to get started. I also have all my page numbers in here. I like that part. Instead of bringing it into Express, let's start in Express. I'm going to start with a letter size. Let's find document. There we go. And we're just going to resize this because I forgot we want this to be the other orientation. We're going to make this 11 by 8.5, and we will resize. Here's my page. Because I have my library with all of my content, I can use that. Let's say we want to come in, I'm going to go into this, and I want to make sure that I'm using my beige color for my background. Let's edit the page. We're going to change the color. Look at that. It's already pulling my color. Then I can go back in. Maybe I want to add some of my elements. Look how nicely those are coming in. I'm just creating it all in Express. I have all my team in here, but I'm optimizing the use of my libraries. And here's the big picture on that. I've created unique, high quality content using things like Illustrator. And because it's a library, I can incorporate these in things like my deliverables. I have full consistency across my plans book, my presentation, and my deliverables. Hopefully that gives you an idea of some ways that you can collaborate. I think this final method I showed you is a really great one if you all want to work together, and that's something your group should discuss.